Did you know there's a silent thief stealing from you every single day? It's not your time, not your focus, but your ability to make good decisions. And by the end of the day, it's already robbed you blind. It's called decision fatigue, and it quietly drains your brain power until even smart people start making choices they regret. Hey there. Welcome to the channel where we break down the hidden traps in your thinking and give you the tools to make smarter decisions. I'm Stafford. Let's dive in. You see, decision fatigue is the mental wear and tear caused by having to make too many choices. And when your brain gets tired, well, it starts taking shortcuts, avoiding decisions, going with the easiest option, or relying on gut instead of logic. One of the most famous studies looked at judges deciding parole cases. In the morning, they were far more likely to approve those cases. But just before lunch, almost every decision was a no. Not because the cases were worse, just because their mental energy was shot and saying no was the quickest, easiest path. You see, every decision you make, big or small, pulls from the same limited pool of mental energy. Think of it like a battery, fresh in the morning, running low by the afternoon. That's why people like Steve Jobs wore the same black turtleneck and jeans every day, or why Mark Zuckerberg sticks to gray t-shirts. They're not making fashion statements here, folks. What they're doing is protecting their brain's battery for the choices that really mattered. At first, you've got plenty of energy to compare options and think strategically, but as that battery drains, basically, you shift into autopilot, picking whatever's the easiest, even if it's not the best choice. And here's the tricky part. You don't always notice it happening. You think you're still making sound decisions, but your brain is quietly running on fumes. So how do you spot decision fatigue before it tanks your day? Well, watch for these signs. If "I don't care" becomes your default answer, even for things you normally care about, that's a good sign. Or you procrastinate on small, simple tasks that should take maybe only 2 minutes. Or 3, you get irritated by minor requests or interruptions. Or you start saying yes or no without thinking it through. Or 5, you choose the quick, comfortable option instead of the strategic one. See, if a few of those sound familiar, decision fatigue is probably already influencing your choices. All right, here are some of the strategies to protect your mental energy and reduce decision fatigue. First, pre-decide the small stuff. Plan meals, outfits, and reoccurring tasks ahead of time. Save your mental bandwidth for decisions that move you forward. 2, front load the big decisions. Schedule important choices for the first 2 to 4 hours of your day, whether that's improving budgets, green lighting projects, or mapping your next big move. And 3, reduce choice overload. Limit the number of options you regularly face. Create go-to templates for proposals, meeting agendas, or even your weekly content format. And 4, use decision frameworks like the Eisenhower matrix, the 10-10-10 rule, or my favorite, would you buy it again? See, these help you cut through noise and see decisions clearly. And batch similar decisions. Maybe instead of making the same type of choice 10 times a day, group them together and handle them all at once. You see, with a little planning, you can save energy, boost your productivity, and keep yourself moving steadily towards your goals without burning out along the way. All right, folks, here's your challenge for the week. Pick one reoccurring decision that drains you and either automate it, simplify it, or move it earlier in the day. I bet you'll be surprised how much mental energy it frees up for you later on in that day. And if you do that, drop an example in the comments. I'd like to find out what you're working on and what you're doing. And remember, your mind is your most powerful tool. Sharpen it. Thanks for watching.